In a world of online influence, everybody is selling something. Pearl, a YouTube host who once built her platform with black co-hosts, gained trust, attention, and a loyal audience. But after a major misstep that cost her that audience, she needed a new angle, and she needed it fast. Now she became a race distributor. In this video, she's using a black mess worker to push a storyline that makes black men look reckless. We're not here to examine the worker stereotypes. We're here to break down Pearl's agenda, how she set it up, how she spins it, and you'll be amazed at the strategy she's using. Let's break it down.
60% of black men have been arrested by the age of 25. That's not good. Those stats are not great. What up, guys? Welcome to my reaction series. Today, we are going to talk about even 304s have black fatigue. Can you believe it that we have a day?
Now, she starts off with this fake black fatigue label for no reason. They never call anything white fatigue, even though the majority of mass shooters and child molesters are white. But nobody uses that label because people with common sense know that doesn't represent all white men. Now watch how she uses this sister's bad experience with a few black men.
Hey, where whore talk is saying they don't like African-American clients.
If you are trying to book a 304 and you wonder, why doesn't she do AA clients? It's because typically AA clients are the worst clients that you will ever have. It does not matter if you work by yourself or if you have folks. Everyone says the same thing about AA clients. Now, I also think that AA clients are the worst, but my best client was 3 years younger than me, and he was AA, but he was a professional football player, so he's in a whole different league.
All right, let me stop it right there. First, let's address what Pearl's saying about black men. Okay, let's go into that a little bit deeper. We're not going to worry about what the sister's saying because we know she's a worker. So we know how she feels about men. You hear certain stats thrown around and they're manipulated stats. These are not real statistics. And it's sad. It's very sad that social media allows this.
Yeah, do you know what? Again, I just did a show on this the other day. I don't know when this is going to be put out, but if you're watching, today is November 17th. So if you go to
AA client usually,
if you go to that day and you go to the yesterday, I did a show on why black people always fumble opportunities and white people try to help them. And they just fumble.
Shut the
fuck up. A lot of times
up.
discrimination isn't intentional. It's just,
What do you mean it's not intentional? The shit was on the books. It was laws. Even today. What is wrong with her?
Black people abuse kindness too much. And now even the whores
What kindness?
are talking about it. The whores are saying, look, we tried to whore for you. And now she's going to say why.
does not have much money to spend, and they have the most demands ever. In America, AA people are not as highly ranked on the hierarchy as other types of people. So for an AA man to feel powerful and to have his ego stroked, he likes to feel like he got over, like he won, like he quickly.
And that's really common in the culture. Black people are always trying to like finesse, get one up. I mean, not always. I haven't always had that experience, but it's very common. To clarify, it's very, very common.
Read any of your ad copy. They do not read any of your website. They do not read anything at all. They will also complain about your rates. They will try to push your clock. So if they book
they're more likely to beg for a lower price.
30-minute appointment, they're going to try to make it 40 and be like, well, let me finish. Let me do this. Let me do that. They will nag you. They will get on your nerves. They will try to take advantage in any way.
It's kind of interesting because, again, that's a lot of these things women do. So women, in a way, are getting a taste of their own medicine.
Possible. Usually, if a crime happens during your date, like robbery or assault or stealthing, it's usually
60% of black men have been arrested by the age of 25. That's not good. Those stats are not great. And I'm saying this to be honest. I got nothing against black people. I've been to a cookout in the hood. I really have. I went to Cam Newton's cookout. I did his show. He didn't actually put out the show. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I talk like this, but it was chill. I got MVP of the cookout. I really did. You could ask him. But the challenge is we do notice patterns. And when Black people are fatiguing the horse, it's bad.
See, you already know she's full of it. Just saying anything. A multimillionaire like Cam living in the hood. Okay. And that 60% of Black men arrested by age 25 is nonsense. She throws around numbers without mentioning over-policing and the so-called urban stats that get slapped on all Black people. If 60% of men were arrested by the age of 25, the prisons would be filled with all Black men, and they're not. 2009 is at the peak of male prison population. The total number was about 1.5 million people, and Black men were around 38 to 45% of that. The population of a Black male was around 19, 20 million in the country. So that means it'll be about 3 to 5% in prison. It doesn't add up, but they just throw around these numbers like anything. And even today, the prison population is less. See, as crime went down, media stories about crime went up. And this is why so many people believe there's a lot of Black men in and out of prison because of the stuff we see on the shows all the time. Anyway, I got to repeat that all the time. But anyway, the young sex worker says a few more stereotypical things, but watch how Pearl respond to them.
AA client. Also, they are the hardest to book usually. They'll text things like available, yo, what's up? And they also do not like to do deposits because typically they don't have as much money as other type of clients. So they are more weary and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose my little deposit. If you have rules in place, they are going to try to bend your rules. Like for me, I charge for my FaceTime verifications. They're going to say, well, you just missed out on money.
No, and
why are you arguing back with
that's
me?
the panel
Like,
show I
most
did
of
the
time,
other
they're
day.
very
This guy's
sassy,
arguing about
is what
why he was right to allow a Black woman on the panel to call a Black man a coon, but I'm the bad guy when I mention half of Black women have herpes. That's a stat. That's a fact.
It's not a fact.
Some women just take L's and it just is what it is. But we got to be honest about the numbers here.
We'll find out. Don't take my word for it. Just go figure it out yourself. Not all of them are like this, but 95% of them are.
So it's bad when whores are complaining about this stuff. So people are fatigued. Even whores are fatigued. And
now look what I snuck into the airport.
Now, and I don't say this to be mean. I have no hatred in my heart. But
yes, you do.
I just got to be honest about
You have hatred in your heart.
I think I'm like the Joker when it came to.
You are a joker.
To this topic. Like I wasn't born this way. I was made.
No, you wasn't.
Too many Black people called me a colonizer and bit the hand that fed them. And now I'm the villain. I'm here villainizing. So if you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel, put your experience in the comments. Like the video, and I'll see you next.
I'm sorry about all those interruptions, but I couldn't sit through her nonsense. Throwing out 50% of Black women have herpes. That's a lie. And even if it was true, where did those diseases come from? Yeah, the same people who flooded the communities with drugs and guns. You think it's a coincidence that back in the 1990s, when a lot of Black people were moving to Atlanta, all of a sudden STD numbers spiked? And then the same thing happened with Houston? Those folks are evil, and they do things behind closed doors that are unthinkable. And they use people like Pearl and Nick Fruitlies to push those narratives like they're facts. Now we know having him on her show wasn't a mistake. And honestly, I think she's mad she got demonetized. And now she's taking it out on Black people. Bye, Pearl. And that was the breakdown.
Broke it down to its very last compound.